Gamey Titan here. Welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks. We're on Erlenberg, and this is a Comet game from 2 months ago, I think. I've been playing away. I actually have been resumed playing. Since I've had about 2.5 sessions of fairly long sessions of playing it with the Spa Panzer. I've actually elited or unlocked the HWK-12, the tier 8 light tank. But there's also the Indian Panzer to unlock, and the end result is I've not had I've had okay games. I mean, results wise they were pretty okay, but they weren't anything terribly exciting. And the one really exciting game I had, I forgot to record it. Yes, smacked me over the head now. Completely forgot to record. In fact, I just not recorded it, and I had a few other interesting games, but they were really short. I've noticed a lot of the games now are very short. I've been actually looking through it, and I have an accumulation of games over the last year. Random games that I've kept that I've not shown, and I just sorted them by length recently, and about 30-40 games are under 5 minutes. These are first class and second class mastery games, so I did a reasonable amount of damage and things in them, but 5-minute games, we only showed 3 of them to make a decent video. I have others that are slightly longer. Then not every game is an exciting game. Like some games are, you can have a good game, but you just you spend your time at the back sniping and you accumulate 3,000 points of damage on the enemy team, but you've actually... Oh, yes. Meant to talk about that as well. It looks like we've a little situation down here, which is great because we've managed to lose a tank already. It looks like the Borsig drowned. I think it was the Audace, and the teammates, the people down there took offence to the snakebite in particular, and decided to get rid of the Rheinmetall Borsig, which is a bit of a bummer, really, because it's a really good tank. That doesn't mean that your man is any good in it. And I wasn't down there, I didn't see it, so I don't know whether it was an accident or whether he really was going out of his way. My guess is that he must have been going out of his way, or else Snakebite has a policy of, if they're blue, I'll shoot them. If I'm allowed, I will. That said, I mean, I'm personally in favour of attacking in the north, but you see, we're not attacking in the north. What we have is we had 2 tanks attacking, one of them which is dead, the other one which should die shortly. 1 tank supporting that attack, that's the medium gun. And 3 tanks clustered around the buildings just past the bridge, doing nothing in particular. If you're not going to go clustering around the bridge, it's probably a good thing to go. And if you see people clustering around those buildings, don't go. Don't advance all the way into the field. Start retreating straight away. Now, of course, that northern attack might have developed into a real attack if it were not for the shenanigans with the Borsig. However, the enemy did not make a real attack down here either. Now, the thing is, when you're looking at the killed numbers on each side, the enemy aren't getting credit for team killed numbers, so you add +2 to the enemy's score to find out how many tanks were down. So we're doing pretty well. We've actually managed to catch up. Okay, they're 1 ahead at the moment, effectively. And there's a T-28 down there, and that Snakebite is being pretty audacious. Running around like that. He's actually very lucky there's nobody on the hill. If there were tank destroyers, if there was any kind of numbers of tank destroyers on the hill facing him, I don't think he'd survived. Well, there's 2 of them there, but I don't know if he'd have survived that run. And he's But he doesn't understand the meaning of caution. He's now making a run on the hill itself. And the thing is, the run on the hill is premature. Because nobody's in a position to support him. Nobody's in a position to shoot at anything that he's highlighting. Hang on. Oh, there might be an exception to that statement. Borsig has gotten sufficiently annoyed to come out over the hill, which now puts it in a situation where I can shoot at it. Though perhaps not for long. So we get a shot off, and we managed to get a couple of shots off, and we've managed to hit it. Now the thing is that whatchamacallit, it did give us evidence in the sense that there was very few tanks down this end, and it gave me strong reason to believe that if I come up here fairly far south, I should actually be out of view of most of the tanks on the hill, and I should be able to approach the hill from the south without necessarily being spotted at T-28 prototypes on the other side of the ridgeline. Don't know where the Borsig has gone. 2 tanks to the north, 2 tanks. One of them is probably the Borsig, although there's another tank destroyer in the enemy team currently unaccounted for. I don't know where it is. So we're coming around here. Oh, there it is. It's the Yak Panther. It's been spotted and shot at already, and bounced that one off his tracks. And that one went through, and there's a T-29 approaching. And then I see the red flash in my reticle, and I know that the T-28 prototype has decided to join the fun, and I am shooting completely in the wrong places because I don't actually see enough tracks so I can get a decent shot at them. So now we're in trouble. If the T-29 had stayed back covering the T-28, we wouldn't have had to rush to T-28. The T-29 pushed itself forward so that we were able to take on the T-29 2-1. Me on the flank and the Tiger beside me. And now he's on fire. And he's not quick enough on the button, or doesn't have a fire extinguisher, and there he goes. So now it's just me and the T-28. Now I think the Tiger's still here. None of the others I think can see me, so I'm going to make a run around the T-28 prototype, because even if I take a hit, I think he's destroyed the Tiger, so I've taken a hit on the way in, or I have now. Even if he'd stopped me, I still have my repair kit. But once I'm round him, I'm going to beat the turret rotation, and the turret can't keep rotating. So he's basically run out of space to rotate the turret. He's going to rotate the whole tank. And that's possibly slower than the turret. So now I can back up with him, and I get the shot off, and well, it was an ammo rack, which was completely unnecessary at that point. But we just wipe him out, and that's the problem with the T-28 prototypes. They're great from distance, very powerful tank, very well armoured, but if you're anyway faster than them, you could probably get away with doing that in an IS-3 or an IS as well, because it's just it's got a really slow turret. Slow turrets are common in British and American tank destroyers. A lot of them were manually operated turrets, even when their medium tanks were hydraulically operated, because they were considered them tank destroyers, assault guns, that they'd be operating at range with close protection, and they wouldn't need a fast rotating turret because they wouldn't have to do close in defense themselves or of themselves. And now that's the last tank destroyed, so we have the final result. We got 4 kills, 2,476. I don't think I got any blind shots. I did, 2,620, so about 180 odd blind shot damage, 19 actual penetrations for destroyed, first class mastery, and we came number 1 by experience, just ahead of our own T-28 prototype with a Tiger P and a Pershing. But even our T-29, our 5th by experience, is considerably ahead of, or in the ballpark of their number 1 on the enemy team. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.